Oh, okay, yeah. I feel like for Trymere, I think you would have most in common with Mikhail, because in a way, if I remember from last session, question was like, what is like the player character's goals or something like that, and for Mikhail, it was something about like I don't know, creating very strong, uh, potentially strong magic items, or in a way, something like that. Am I correct?
Yeah, he wants to make a weapon worthy of a god.
Oh, okay, and and Trimer finds some commonality with that, where he wants to uh, find out basically uh, how capable elves can be, since because in elven history they were like from how it was told they were capable of many things, but now at the present moment they're like now just a shadow of their former selves. Correct? Like in the past they were quite capable, but now they're not as influential as or powerful as in the past. Like
Not in
now.
Mordia, but yeah, there's quite a history with the elves, and I think
Yeah.
much like Mikhail, who like I know is very interested in the the history of the giants, just like the history of the elves. They are both yeah, long and storied and lots to explore there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to also go with Mikhail. Well, we're both crafters, and we both want to achieve great things in our craft. That
Yeah,
seems about right.
I think you guys have been sort of on that like crafting mission together since you were kids. It's and speaking of elves, what about common?
That's a hard one. In a sense, Gorm, because he's a captain and has to weather the storm. So, being an elf, Crimea. So, yeah, a little split.
Mm. Yeah. Yep. So shall I give off the recap now? We've all answered our questions.
Can do.
Okay. Uh, Last week, so since Carmilla wasn't here, the DM mentioned that apparently Carmilla left a note saying that, or something. Wait, no, not wait. Was it a note, or rather, like to just offhandedly mention it's gonna go eat? Correct?
No, well, Kamala and Ariana had shared the room. The elvish women were in one room, the elvish guys were in the other room. And
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
morning, she said that Camilla had slipped out in the middle of the night, uh, supposedly to feed. She doesn't. She didn't know what that meant, but
uh, okay, yeah,
it was Shepard and I mean, well, it wasn't Shepard that left the note, but it was Yormund that left the note.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it was your yeah. So, uh, yep, Yorman left a note on basically temporarily leaving, but hopefully will soon come back. Just like the real life player, temporarily leaving, but hopefully soon he can come back. And what else? Oh yeah, so from last session. So before we have to meet with the Jarl, we have to get like approval from from 3 members in the community. One of them being uh, one of the military leaders called Astrid, and then the spiritual what high spiritual priestess called I know her last name is Stormwatcher. What's her first name?
Freya Stormcaller. She's right there on the map. You can just hover over.
Okay, Stormcaller. Okay, yeah, I was looking at my notes. So Stormcaller, yeah, okay, so Freya Stormcaller, and and from a blacksmith that we have yet to hear their name yet. But nowhere to look. And and as of this moment, while the party was having their breakfast, they they decided to go talk with Astrid since she's there within the tavern as well. Decided to go talk with her, and what and we've heard apparently there was some issues going down with the Jarl, and Astrid herself says that she doesn't like the Jarl being involved with the hags, and yeah, and also mention offhandedly that there was all the recent trouble of basically apparently the Jarl's daughter was missing for quite a while, and she was still missing, and and then and then Astrid gave descriptions that apparently what she looked like is that apparently she had red hair and freckles, and apparently it was discovered that this was the same, and her name was Isolda, and apparently discovered that this was the same girl that the party saved when they were traveling through the Hag Swamp. And right now, what we know is that so Isolda is currently with it was the other PC that left. What was her name again?
Svenja.
Svenja, yes. Svenja, and I forgot the place, but with
Sears
Svenja
Tower.
Sears Tower, yeah. And yep, and Gorm, and at first, Astrid couldn't believe it to be true, and Gorm mentioned, well, if you have a branch of Eucharist, I could try to get her, pick her up, and apparently in this town they actually do have a branch of Yggdrasil to use to teleport, and uh, and and then it was decided that later that they'll after Astrid will attend a meeting, Astrid will send a soldier to accompany us in picking up seeing Isolda, the missing daughter of the Jarl here, to see if we are telling the truth. And so and then the party was discussing either to meet the blacksmith or the priestess next, but but at but during that talk, both Trymir and oh yeah, it was McKill saw apparently the mm, the tavern was apparently had basically there was ears listening in on the conversation that Gorm and having, and both Trymir and Mikkel noticed that, and Mikkel cast detect magic and saw that the tavern was magical, and out of caution, Trymir decided to see invisibility, but turns didn't see anything, but it was a long spell. It lasted for an hour, but as a precaution, and then Trymir wanted to see the priestess, and after well, the other party members kind of wanted to see the blacksmith next, but after some discussion, they decided to, you know what, fine, we'll see the priestess. Like basically out of worry about that conversation being overheard with uh, about hearing that Isolde, the daughter of Jarl, is alive, and the party will meet soon to use the branch of Yggdrasil to to pick up Isolde, and yeah, and basically there was some worry that Trimer was having, so they decided to see the priestess. So they took a rowboat to the offhand to some sort of island for the priestess, build like a holy place, and and then what happened next is that oh yes, uh, so the so the so the party decided to see the priestess. Like although there were some goals beforehand, where one of the guards at the holy place wanted some sort of tribute, and basically Gorm had to prove that he was the new, like he was the new chosen of what was the god name called again? The new
Aegir.
chosen of Aegir, yeah, and we were able to do so, and then we were able to enter the building to meet with the priestess Freya Stormcaller, and in the process of asking about the branch of Yggdrasil and use it to return the daughter of the Jarl back, and and while explaining ourselves, and unfortunately, uh, due through a bad persuasion roll, even though we had advantage, we rolled low, and the priestess didn't believe us, and we had to be more convincing, and at of the danger of the Jarl being involved with himself with the hags, and basically really wanting to meet with the Jarl. And in the process of talking about their experience with the hags, Mikhail going to show his was showing his it, the like defaced face while removing his mask, and in the process, Trimir C invisibility was still active, and in the process, he saw a sadistic smirk from a cat-like person, the rumored cat person who is apparently a servant of one of the hags. And the moment Trimir saw this, he attempted to cast Hold Person, and he used a heightened spell as a sorcery feature, so this creature had disadvantage on Hold Person. But unfortunately, the dice gods, once again, they have a cruel sense of humor. Even with disadvantage, they were both high rolls. Like, oh come on, dice! You gave low rolls advantage on Gorm. Now you gave two high rolls disadvantage on me. Oh come on! And and the creature noticed and was shocked and surprised that Primir saw her, but the priestess Freya mistook Primer casting a spell as an attack on her, and unfortunately rolled a crit against him. But Primer in the process was like, wait, no, I saw someone invisible, and attempted a persuasion check, and with Mikhail's Flash of Genius got a 21. So we ended up there, not sure if the priestess believed Primer or not.
Yeah, and we will rejoin you right there as she has her finger extended towards Trimir as you, yeah, you've just taken a hit from a water bullet that she just cast, and she is still frozen in this moment, looks across all of you, and then looks back out the window, and she says, "It is difficult to believe you, but there have been spies everywhere these days. I, I have been standing here keeping watch, hoping to spot one. They must have come while my back was turned." And you
Yeah.
see her look around through the windows, and you see there's a definite paranoia here that it seems like she believes you and that she's been
Yeah.
looking for these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Trimir meant. Yes, I've noticed. Companion Mikhail and I saw that apparently the tavern had some sort of, I don't know, some kind of creature listening in. It was my companion saw that the tavern was magical while it was listening in on Gorm and Acid's earlier conversation about Isolda being alive, and we found her well. So that's so afterwards that I was convincing my companions to let's go here immediately out of worry about some sort of sabotage happening when trying to bring the daughter of the Jarl back here. Since that since the conversation was being listened on.
You are wise to try and avoid being heard by spies, but I'm afraid these days it's a harder thing to avoid than most. I don't think you have much to worry about the inn. The innkeeper likes to keep an eye on things that are happening within her tavern. If it was the tavern itself listening in, it was probably her. It's perhaps invasive, not the best place to have a private conversation, but a good place to pick up rumors.
Hmm. Okay, understood. But well, on the bright side, on whoever that, well, I did notice that the creature was cat-like, so that was probably the rumored servant of that hag, of one of the hags. Oh, hello.
Sorry, my mic did the thing. She says, well, that is strange. There are not many catfolk around Skakutoka, but there are many traders that can go. All kinds of people pass through here. There is, of course, the hag's emissary that she herself is some sort of Leonin, and I believe they have found some Leonin allies as well. But honestly, and as she kind of looks out the window, she says, thank you for trying at least. I'm sorry about the shoulder. Do you need some healing? We have some basic magics here.
I'm not gonna refuse. Of course.
She will cast a first level cure wounds on you,
Okay. A.
and you get 8 hit points.
All right.
She just kind of lifts a hand, and you hear her mutter a prayer under her breath as she casts the spell. And oh, that one is touch actually, so she will walk up to you and place a hand on the wound that she just created.
Yeah.
Says, I'm sorry, there's not much more I can do, but
It's fine. That will be enough.
if what you say is true, and you can somehow travel via the branch of Yggdrasil, then this is where that branch is housed, and you would be able to access it from this temple. However, I must ask that if you are going to be leaving this place, especially if you are going to find the Jarl's daughter, as you say, I believe it would only be right for Skakutoka to send someone with you.
Yes.
This
That was discussed with Astrid beforehand, so we should
Unless
for
you
her
have
to send.
your own candidate you would like to send as well.
I'm afraid my people are, well, as much as they would love to travel along the branches of Yggdrasil, uh, they have their own problems right now, and they are not quite fighters. From what I hear, things your side of the world can get rather dangerous. For for that, you had better speak with Astrid or perhaps Eric up at the forge. Uh, he and his brother are capable fighters themselves, but they will be able to probably put you in touch with some of the scouts. I'm sure they'll be able to send someone with you. Keep an eye.
Okay.
Believe we will need fighters. I don't. I hope we won't need fighters, but you never know. I do
Somewhat
have to ask.
capable group. Okay.
I do have to ask. What would be a good sacrifice to Ren? I know it's her domain. I'm not here to claim it. Is there what would be a good sacrifice for her to let ships through and make the serpents calm again? Because we did get here without too many problems. So I know Aegir protected me, but it's not his domain at the end of the day.
Calming the serpents and appeasing Ran are two different things. Those serpents, though they may be under Ran's control somehow, I have yet to fully understand what their intentions are. What we have done has been a combination of various blood sacrifices. We have sent things into the sea never to return. We have sent treasures on long ships that we assume have been collected by the gods. Some argue that they may just be shipwrecks in the bay, but we
I think that Rand's reach will reach the bay if she had to.
well, Ren is definitely her reaches extend into the bay, perhaps not as strongly as on your side of of the bay, but Skakutoka is under her absolute influence, and we are grateful for it. She brings us the fish that our fishermen catch and keeps this town alive. If it were not for her, we would have to rely on the mountains, and as much as Giant's Crossing can be wonderful at times, I far prefer the sea.
Yeah, that will make the two of us. You perhaps know of a smaller sacrifice, maybe get Rand to give me somewhat of an idea what would be, well, what would she have for the serpents to stop attacking? Like any win of asking her. I know she probably won't answer, but it's nothing to lose.
I'll say give me a religion check with advantage as she will start to try and explain what these what the rituals actually are that they do.
Thank God for advantage. I think 23.
Just call out. I'm just looking through notes.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the roll?
23.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, so you would fully understand all the rituals. You would understand some of these as rituals that you've done in Bradovik in the past. Maybe never specifically to appease Ran for those things, but it was as offerings to the gods and things like that. You would know that in terms of rituals, there are four main ones where the the first that you would be most familiar with is the blessing of the nets. And she would say when the fishermen bring their nets into the temple, they are blessed by us, and we anoint the nets with seawater mixed with sacred herbs and chant, give our song to Ran, and weave the nets in the air to invoke her protection. We we have the tides harmony. Okay, there's quite a few of these. I'm not going to read them all out exactly, but
Yeah, I'm just
um,
looking for one that will help me like ask her a question, like somewhat of a contact with her, so she will tell me what she needs. Like give me a clue, something.
Well, I mean, asking to contact, that is probably something that you would be able to figure out better than most. We have had entire festivals, feasts, and celebrations in her name, and she has not shown up on our shores, though some believe to have seen them, of course. But some people in Skakutoka are mad and drunk on dragon's blood. However, if you were to offer treasures, food and drink as sacrifice, there is, of course, animal sacrifices are always a good way to ensure favor. But there is a ritual. Yes, the tide's harmony is, there is a ceremony held during the new moon, believed to synchronize the community's spirit with the ocean tides. We gather at the shore, light candles, and release small boats made of wood and leaves carrying offerings of flowers, food, and coins. We offer songs and prayers to Ran and ask for calm seas and safe voyages. Perhaps if you were to join us, she would be able to answer you as well. How she answers is often in a very personal way, but I get the feeling you, of all people, may get a louder response. Who knows?
Wh-
If you sweeten the sacrifice that you send out there, I'm sure she will appreciate it even more.
When is the next full moon?
On the new moon,
Oh, new moon. Sorry.
yes, your Ager would celebrate more the full moon. Bran, she likes her new moons.
They are quite the opposite. But they do attract. That's, I guess, why they're married.
I mean, there's so many moons, quite frankly.
Which one? One of them. When is it new? New one is usually end
You
of
just
month.
listed yes. No,
No,
oh no, it wasn't. There's on the 19th on Carl Day, the biggest
19.
moon
So
there was.
6 days.
Yes, at the end of this week, essentially, there is one this weekend. Of course, this is something that they do all over Mordia, so you wouldn't have to do
Yeah,
it here specifically, but obviously this
probably
temple
next to the
is
ocean or
dedicated.
something.
Yeah, it's basically you would just need a beach to be able to do this, but this is a whole temple dedicated to Ran, which temples are not that common. Like there are quite a
Maybe
lot of them, but
shrines,
they are not.
small ones.
Yeah, this kind of a structure is rare for this side of the world.
Okay. I'm not sure that time-wise we will be able to stay here for the festival, but I will take that into consideration. Thank you for your help.
Here, take a rune stick. I perhaps this will help you, and she'll give you a bundle of rune sticks that have got runes inscribed on them with ritual chants, and I'll basically give you a list of some sea rituals that you can do when you're.
Sweet.
Yeah, I will have to actually make one of those.
No, it's
shortly,
completely
but
fine.
I've got notes here. I'll just have to make a journal entry, but just take note of that. That you have got a bunch of rune sticks that you would be able to learn those rituals from.
Well, I believe we should speak with the blacksmith and return a bit later when our escort arrives here.
We will prepare the tree. If I may ask, what is it that unlocks said tree? You said you had some kind of key.
It's a special rune, which I genuinely don't remember how we got. which is it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, you literally have a keystone that you just have to press to an ironwood tree. There's like a marking on the trees that sort of lets you identify where they are. But when you
Yeah.
press that keystone that you got when you were, I think you got it from the troll. You fought a troll, and there were the archways that you were
Oh,
trying to.
there? Okay.
I think you got it from the troll. I think
The champion. Yeah, I remember. He had that Drake with him.
yeah, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, they were the first dragon blood trolls that you met.
Well, we encountered a troll in our travels, and he had a stone. Not sure where he got it from, and he's not alive to tell us anything else. But apparently, if placed on the right spot, it lets us travel through. We are walking on the tree, and it has its dangers, as we have experienced. But I doubt there is any faster way of travel.
We will prepare the tree, and I look forward to seeing it. Uh, good luck with the blacksmith, and try not to get too involved with any of the dragon blood addicts. I know we discussed that it is somewhat of a problem, but the people of Skakatoka are already not big fans of Broudevik, and if they were to be under the influence and having one of those horrible side effects somewhere near you, I'm sure they would have no hesitation but to start pointing whatever magical mumbo jumbo it gives them directly at your group. So, again, apologies for shooting you in the shoulder, but understand there is a lot of bad blood between our peoples. Hopefully, this mission will solve that.
That much is clear, but one more thing, which I don't remember if I asked last session. I pointed the three elves behind me. Why are they so hated here? I was told it happened quite a while ago, so the captain of the guard did not know.
Here specifically, or just
Yeah,
in Mordia in general.
he, well, I guess both. We came across a few elves, but here everyone seems extremely suspicious of them. Even
Well,
offered
as
to
I'm sure
sacrifice one of them.
you'll be reminded of it plenty, but these are not the king's lands, and there is no protection for elves. There are many who would see them driven out of these lands entirely, and most of them have been. I mean, most of the elves are all in Arania. It is rare to find Mordian elves still wandering about, especially this far south, and I can tell just by looking at these lot that they are northerners, if ever I've seen them. Now, I personally have got no real issue with elves. I know that Lady Freya, who of course I am named after, has many elvish friends, shall we say. But nonetheless, the people here they are more affiliated with the giant kind and the dwarven cultures from the mountains. Or, the elves are from the other side of the mountains. It's a lot of history there, and a lot of the elves that are walking around today were personally involved with that history. So a lot of them are personal grudges. Perhaps one elf killed someone's great great grandfather over here, and they've been told horror stories all their lives. So don't take it personally. it's just the way these tales go, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, play nice, Trimer.
Yes, I won't pick any fights.
Speaking of elves,
Oh,
we are
yes,
going to
yes.
rewind a little bit to see Carmilla.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeesh. Talking about fights and speaking of those, Carmilla. Meanwhile, boom, 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 fight, fight.
Yeah, just a bloody mess in the middle of a street. But who knows? Maybe as the last we saw you, um, you had taken a rest at the Driftwood Inn and left in the middle of the night, telling Oriana that you were going to go and get something to eat. So I would like to know, what would Kamala have done there in the darkness of night, as she was in this sort of feral state and needed a good drink of blood, as just outside the inn is that entire marketplace and uh, all of Skakutoka available to you in the dead of night.
Oh, you'd be at first. You'd be looking at like if there was someone walking at the street. Then, if they were alone, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. You would see that as yeah, I'm gonna make it dark again, but it was midday. So I'm not sure who's actually on the map. Is Camilla?
Are you talking
No,
about the city map
no.
or something
Yeah.
else? Then I'm not there.
Unless I'm placed down here. No, that's just them. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
you would see that there's like a whole mountain here. Um, yeah, I'm not sure the rest of you. I don't know if you can see properly. It's probably just a light thing. I know your characters are down there, but
We can see the inn area.
okay, cool. Well, Camilla, you are out here in the middle of the night. If you see any of the others, they are inside and asleep.
oh.
So it's false.
Perfect. Well, I presume this person is out.
Yeah, you would see that is the guy that you were at dinner with, who has drunkenly stumbled out of the tavern again and is just he's out there trying to pee off the side of the mountain.
No, not him.
No, actually, that's not him. Sorry, that's the guard that was trying to bring him in. That guard is still there. He is peeing off the side of the mountain.
Well, I'm just gonna.
Oh shit.
Yes, first I'm gonna try to step.
Sorry, you cut out there, but you can give me a
She's
stealth check
sneaking
if you
it.
can-
Yeah, I'm sneaking. I just had to. It was just Forge loading. Just trying to sneak up on him, like.
Yeah, he doesn't notice at all. You see him give a bit of a shake.
I'm just standing behind him, and then I bite.
Shit.
Okay.
Let me just see.
Advantage on this.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
say, if you hit, because of this current situation, you will automatically crit. So
Yep.
What the fuck is that roll?
Hey,
Oh.
advantage. Oh shit! Now I see the AC. Oh crap!
That was with advantage. So as you grab him and you bite down onto his neck, your teeth hit metal. As you see, he's got chainmail underneath, and he has got a like raised collar guard, more to stop swords, but it catches your teeth, and he just squeals in fear as he looks over and quickly starts to grab his sword.
I'm just like looking at his eyes. No. No reason. There's no reason. We're friends here.
Ooh.
And that one. He goes, yeah, yes. Oh, sorry. You gave me such a fright. What can I do for you?
Oh, well. Don't you recall? You promised that I could nibble a little on your neck, my friend. No. But the night came.
Oh, is that what you're trying to do? I'm so sorry for getting in your way, please. And he takes off his helmet with the chainmail and just like goes to quite a bit of effort to reveal his sort of collarbone and just says, "Oh, please, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that's what we were doing." Yes,
Oh boy.
he seems completely willing with that nat one.
Yes. Come on.
You'll auto hit on this.
Yeah, that that would hit. And you said that would also
That is a
crit.
auto crit.
Ooh, max crit.
Oh! So he just starts like biting into it, but almost straining him, then realizing killing a guard isn't so good idea.
Oh gosh, I'm having Asterian flashbacks from Baldur's Gate 3.
And then I'm like, just taking one of my hands over and just like with his blood just starting swirling around it, and like clutching my fist to create this, and just starting to feed him like a berry made from his own blood.
Oh, no, he happily accepts it under your influence. I will say though, can you give me a wisdom check with disadvantage just to see if you fail this, um,
Save or ability.
a save. So because you are still feral, you do have advantage on the bite attacks, but you have disadvantage on wisdom saves. And this is specifically just to see if you keep drinking,
Oh, yep.
Well,
and that you do. So, yeah, at this point, you're going to do double the damage that you did. So that's an extra 10 points, and then we're going to do this until you manage to save, because I think this makes sense for how much you're actually draining.
Yeah.
it does make sense because yeah, I'm pretty much familiar with the vampire rules. Love it.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so you bring him to half hit points before actually he's like a bit woozy by the time you give him the good berry, and he's like, "Oh, thanks. I think I might just go take a little nap over there, but I'm sure the other guards won't mind. You don't think they'll mind, do you?"
Don't mind. They're jealous of you. So don't tell them. Else you may get posted somewhere much worse. Maybe you have to convince a guy, like get a guy up that has like pee on his hands. Imagine that, or worse.
Oh no, I won't. I won't say anything. Don't worry. There's. I don't want that. I heard some of the guys are getting sent to go and fight Browdovik again, but they're just in it for the blood. I know you. You like the good blood. He just like stumbles back into a couple of barrels and just sits down. He seems completely out of it, but quite happy.
That was good. Yeah.
So with that, yeah, he is not a high enough CR to make you well fed. I don't think that needs to be your CR or higher.
Let's see, blah blah. That is a higher than your current level, blah blah. Yeah.
So yeah, but it is enough to solve the feral condition. You are feeling more yourself again by the time the sun has come up. Just, yeah. Okay, so then we will go to the next morning. Actually, what was your stealth check?
21. I think. Yes, 21.
Okay, so yeah, you are able to do this without any of the guards spotting you, and by the time the sun comes up, that guy's just like basically forgotten really what happened. He remembers he's not going to say anything, and he will he'll be dealing with that by himself. As the following morning, would you? Yeah, you probably would have seen the others heading out on a boat, knowing that there's only so many places they could have gone. But would you have tried to go and follow the rest of the group, or would you be heading to one of the other places, like to the blacksmith or to the Jarl themselves?
I'll be following them. And why not?
Okay, well then, go back to Freya's Hall as as you guys are just leaving. You should be able to see at the bottom of the screen there is a doorway.
Yes, I see.
I see.
You two can go through there, and then Kamala, you will be just arriving at the temple as just in time to see these people are busy doing a blood ritual in the middle of the, the temple, and you see your friends stepping out of the door to these chambers.
Well, since there's a blood ritual, there's no reason not to go over there and just like start like scooping up the blood and just licking the fingers.
You'll see that they have just poured blood into this sort of dais on the floor, like into these intricate patterns that the blood is flowing through, and it would have created this kind of moat around that central circle that they have just, as the blood has gone in two different directions and met together, they've gathered it up in a bowl, and you'll see the shaman. She will take a drink of that blood, and then as you are walking up to it, she says, "No, no, please, child, do not drink from the floor. If you wish to partake, please do so properly." And she offers the bowl to you as well, with her mouth just drenched in blood, like just running down her chin.
Well, ain't gonna turn that down.
No vampire discrimination here. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys walk out just to see Camilla about to take this drink of blood.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder, at a glance, is it dragon blood or no, just regular blood?
You can see that when you walked in here, they were doing a whole like ritual with the blood. But yeah, to see if it's a certain kind of blood from a distance is pretty impossible. But you can give yeah, perception or an arcana check if you want.
Okay. Yeah, because we've seen it before. Because as we saw some of the hag, some hag worker, or rather some workers of the hag attempted to bring it to Brodevik, but we confiscated it.
Yeah, but it
So
still just looks like blood. So like
okay,
it could be
okay,
dragon's blood, goat's blood, could be any kind of blood.
okay,
Blood for the blood god.
okay. Here it is. Perception. What is? Wait, no, no. Okay, percent. Okay, there we go. Right. Perception. Oh, a unnatural 20. Just regular 20.
Yeah, with the 20, you have, after the conversation you've just had, you've heard that dragon's blood seems to be running rampant in the city. So yeah, there's a good chance that might be dragon's blood. However, it looks like they have put two different kinds of blood into two different areas on this, like on this
Ritual.
floor piece, and it looks like the two different kinds of blood have run through all of the grooves to eventually come together and combine, where there's two types of blood is what that she has just collected. And you've just seen the shaman take it, and with the 20 you can see her eyes have dilated slightly after taking that, and as she's handing it to Kamala.
Oh, okay. Uh, hmm. At that, Trivir is, yeah, it's immediately gonna like kind of like do a bit of a walk past, and it's gonna try. I wonder, like, kind of try to whisper. Ah, man, unfortunate that I don't have the message counter, but it's gonna try to whisper. I said I do not have it, but it's gonna try to stealthily whisper that's dragon blood, if he can.
I mean, okay, to get up to her to whisper, like she's, as you're walking through the door, she's about to drink this. So you can, we'll say, as you are hurriedly making your way up towards Carmilla, you'll notice Trymere like walking up to you as though he wants to tell you something. But it's up to you whether or not you want to actually try drink the blood. You'll have a chance before he gets to
Yeah.
you.
Drink the
Me to roll.
blood.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So in that case, you can please give me a con saving throw, Carmilla. And then just roll a flat d20.
Okay. The dice gods will decide your fate. Oh shit!
That's fine.
Oh shit!
That's fine, yes.
Okay. So, Carmilla, as you see the priestess looking at you like with this smile on her face as you drink the blood, and Trymere gets up to you and just whispers in your ear, "I think that's dragon's blood." it you start to feel this sort of euphoric sensation. This is much better than the guard that you just drained this morning. This is like it immediately starts to make your skin tingle and you can feel your sort of ranger senses like that you can sense the plants in this room suddenly. And as this is happening, the priestess that's standing in front of you, you'll see the look on her face suddenly change as she grabs at her throat and she starts to stumble and she starts heaving and you notice that she clearly can't breathe as she's just like starting to panic and seems to be choking. However, from you, underneath your like from under your clothes, under your feet, just all around you, plants are rapidly going to grow in 100-foot radius centered on Carmilla, turning the area into difficult terrain. And so as this is happening, you can see on the roof of this area that you're in is where the branch of Yggdrasil is. But suddenly all the roots, all of the moss and plants and everything in this room just start to twist and grow like mad, just as if this place were being yeeted forward in time and it was all just becoming overgrown. But as this is happening, you also see the shaman that handed you the blood starting to fall into these vines as she seems to be suffocating. And the rest, what are you guys doing?
We see this suddenly happening.
Yeah, a whole you're getting covered in these plants as well. They're not like grasping vines or anything. It's just natural plant growth that is sped up exponentially, and it is becoming very quickly overgrown. You can see that the rest of these people are rushing towards the priestess to try and help her as she's just collapsed on the ground. Yeah, the rest of you, this room is difficult terrain, and there are plants everywhere.
Ooh. So at a glance, is this caused from Carmilla drinking the dragon's blood? Is that correct?
Yeah, the plants seem to have originated from her. Like the growth started, you just whispered in her ear and you saw the growth underneath her feet, the grass suddenly sprouting and everything just expanding from there.
Do I have cantrips for this? I wonder, can I cast Dispel Magic on on the plants, like around the priestess?
You can, on the priestess.
Like yeah, because right now,
The
she's
two
getting
very
choked
different.
out.
So she's not being choked by the plants. You saw her like grasping at her throat before the plant started, and it's just now she's kind of getting lost in the overgrowth as as it's growing around her. But if you want to make a medicine, nature, or arcana check to see if they're related, you can. But
Okay.
yeah, I'd do that before you spend a spell slot.
Okay, Arcana. Oh, 16.
So yeah, you can tell that both of these things are side effects of the dragon's blood that has just caused these effects. And it seems like something happened to Carmilla that made the plants grow, but something happened to the shaman that made her choke. You don't think it's the same thing, but you know that they both just took a drug and it seems like it went bad. Something something's going wrong.
Okay, you know what? Yeah. Nonetheless, out of desperation, because Primer doesn't have much healing spells, unlike my last character, Onyx. Damn it. But yeah, he does have Dispel Magic. He's gonna attempt to do so anyway. He has spell slots for it.
Yeah, well,
What are you
sorry.
sorry, what are you targeting with Dispel Magic?
Right now, I'm just like this is kind of out of desperation from Trymere, wondering he's gonna try to this. Wonder if there's some kind of a magical effect coming from the blood within that's causing her to choke or lose breath, or rather, or maybe there are magic effects that comes from the dragon's blood, as he saw Carmilla. Basically, some kind of magical effect came from the blood. He was wondering if he can dispel whatever magical effect the blood is causing to the shot.
Yeah,
To
but
the
on what? Who are you? You've got to like pick a thing because those are two different effects that are happening. So, who are you trying to target with the? Are you trying to dispel the magic on the shaman, on the plants, on Camilla, on like what are you actually
oh
casting the spell on?
okay, the shaman.
Okay. So as Trymere starts casting dispel magic, Gorm, what were you gonna say?
Sorry, who are you casting it on? Trymere?
The shaman.
I will make my way to Carmilla. I believe. There we
I
go.
will point out, Gorm, as you're making your way over Camilla, you can act. You feel amazing. You feel like you're connected with Mother Earth, or well, maybe not Mother Earth, but the Viking equivalent, as those the nature itself is spreading from you, and you feel high as a kite. But other than that, there's no like negative effects. You feel powerful and uh, like this is a ranger spell that you've just cast, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that's, yeah.
Trymere, however, just as you're casting this, you can also just think what it looks like as you're casting it. But Gorm, sorry, what were you going to do then?
Yeah, I was going to place like a hand on Carmilla's shoulder and ask, "Still you?"
Still me. Or maybe I'm more than I was before.
Do you feel more than you were before?
I feel way powerful.
In fact, Camilla, drinking that, you will be well fed. Sure, does that
Hello, guys, still there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to fix the thing. But yeah, Camilla, you are well fed as that happens.
Perfect.
It displays backwards, but yeah. Okay, so then Trymere, what does it look like as you're casting this spell on her and she's choking on the ground?
I can imagine his eyes glow with arcane power as I imagine he's kind of like draw, like in drawing some kind of magic sigil in the air, then pushing that sigil towards the one attempting wondering if it's some kind of magic effect is affecting her, causing her to choke.
Okay. And as you cast this, you will see her kind of look in surprise as she moves her hands, and you will see that as she moves her hands from her neck, your magic is intertwining with these openings on her neck that have just, it looks like someone slashed her neck open with a blade, but you see that they are like gills that have formed on, and as you cast the spell, they close up to form her regular human neck, and she gasps a breath of air and just heaves air into her lungs. She says, "Oh, I, oh, thank you," uh, and then looks at you and notices that you're an elf that's just saved her, and you can see she looks quite conflicted by it, but you have saved her from suffocation.
Okay. Anyone else want to do something? I'm gonna perform another action because oh wait, quick question, DM. Is my see invisibility gone now? After
Yeah,
talking with
that's,
huh?
yes,
What was that?
that's
Oh, okay.
that's long.
Okay. Okay. Trimir is going to uh yeah. Once again, Trimir is gonna cast see invisibility. Yeah, it's another one. But this time he's gonna cast use his meta magic feature, one of his sorcerer features, extended spell. It lasts 2 hours instead of 1 hour. And Trimer takes a quick look around.
Yeah, I'll say you don't need a roll. You don't see any invisible creatures in this room. As
Okay.
you're glancing around, you see a lot of plants growing all over the place, but uh, there doesn't seem to be any hiding amongst those plants. Well, nothing invisible. It just you definitely don't see that tabaxi again. But I will let you know
Yeah.
if you see anything in the next 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, Trimer's cautious, and yeah, last time he saw moving shadows. He kind of pays attention to the shadows.
You do get the impression that the the creature you saw before, when you tried to cast a spell on it, you probably scared it off. So it may not still be spying on you. But
Okay, gotcha.
it now when you look around the room, you figure, okay, I've probably scared that thing off, and um, the effect that you just saw was probably the blood. You kind of confirm that it wasn't someone else hidden here
Okay.
casting a spell. That was definitely an effect of the dragon's blood. You've heard of the
Okay.
weird side effects. These must be some of them.
Okay, gotcha. Yep, and still though, he still has same visibility for the next 2 hours, so that should be good in case there's any troublesome invisible things or some of the nature. Yeah, but the plant growth is still around, I assume, correct?
Yeah, and actually at that point, the the shaman that you've just saved, she would kind of wave her hand and just dust off the ground around her. She casts druid craft, and some of those plants just recede back around, so it's like it's not quite as unkempt as she just starts getting up, and you can see she's still also high as a kite, but she continues her kind of ritual and goes into this dance as she starts casting druidcraft and just reforming the plants that have grown into something uh, more befitting this ritual as they start to intertwine little weaving vines together and just going into full hippie mode as they are no longer dying. and they seem right back up on their feet. Don't seem worried about it at all.
Okay. It feels like IRL turns Trimer saved her from a possible overdose or something like that.
Yeah, you could tell there she had gills. When you dispelled the gills, it had given her the ability to breathe underwater. So had someone not figured that out very quickly, or dispelled it, she probably would have suffocated because it was either throw her in the river or throw her in the sea or dispel the effect, and you managed to successfully save her there. And she's
Awesome.
dancing with her.
Awesome. Yep, and possibly more favor with the priestess seeing like enough save one of the our priestess shaman.
Yeah, Freya didn't seem to have much love for the people taking dragon's blood, but yeah, I think Carmilla is now seeing that there might be something to this whole dragon's blood thing. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, Trimer just goes to Carmilla saying, "Carmilla, are you okay? You didn't develop gills too, did you?"
Cop.
Okay, that's good enough.
Who's still in Freya's hole?
Maybe Michiel?
No, there was a player on that map.
Oh.
Sorry. Was someone stuck on the other map also?
No, I can see both of us moved, so we can't be stuck there.
Yeah, I'm also outside here. Yeah, maybe. Wait, no, you removed the Mikkel token. I think maybe it's the token of the tabaxi you were using.
No, it was a player. I think it was the stream, but maybe Kamala as well. But yeah, I mean, see that the rest, like, there was a bit of a reaction, but you guys managed to solve this so quickly that the others calm down. The guards sort of take a step back, and they seem to slowly start going back into more of their ritual as they collect some more of this blood, and you can see it's probably going to get passed around even more, but a lot of it has been spilled after that and spilled into the overgrowth. So there's probably not much left in there, but they continue their ritual, and you guys have got all of Skakutoko available to you, and it seems probably an easier way to actually open the gate now that there's so much overgrowth.
Okay. Yep. I assume on the return back, we fill in Carmilla on what happened, just like the recap we had. So filling out that we need the favors from 3 community members, and then and right now after meeting with the blacksmith, I think we're gonna return back and get the Jarl's daughter with the escort from Sakatoa.
So now we're hunting for a tree.
Now we're going to the blacksmith.
Yeah, blacksmith and then come back.
It seems pretty
Or the tree.
dangerous to have a tree being the blacksmith.
Good thing it's not.
The other 2 elves are like, shall we help her to the boat, or are we going on foot?
It's mostly by swimming than on foot. So the rowboat is the way to go here.
Okay.
then move you all down here. And we're going to sort of speed things along a little bit as you are heading to the blacksmith, correct?
Yeah,
Yep.
unless Carmilla has other ideas.
Nah.
Such a shame McKellar's in here. I feel like he would have had an interesting character talking
Bro?
about character.
Every single time every time there's blacksmith stuff, that's always the session that Mikhail misses. But what can you do?
Yeah.
Tie up the blacksmith and just take him with him like a what's called like a backpack.
Yeah, I mean, out of character, he is there. But
Yeah, that's
right
Clear.
now, he might as well be in your backpack.
Yep. You see him.
Okay, so as you guys make your way, you row back to the shore near to where the market is, and you would see that there is smoke coming from a building not too far away as you make your way through Skakatoka, and you hear the hammering of an anvil and approach the familiar sight of a blacksmith, little blacksmith's hut, quite a nice one actually, as there's a little sign swinging in the wind outside, and you see a man that is currently he is busy. What has he got there? Daggers. Yeah, you'll see he's currently polishing a few daggers that he seems to have in like a bucket or a barrel in front of him. He seems to just be getting them ready and is quite well built. You can see this guy probably knows how to fight about as well as the blacksmiths from Broudevik. And you can see the shadow of a much larger figure on the inside. But he's just polishing these daggers as you approach and gives a look over his shoulder as he notices this group of elves specifically, a little raise of the eyebrow.
Yep. Can't imagine. So a majority of the group is now comprised of elves. Only Gorm and if McKellar's here are the only humans.
we are.
Camilla was
That's
there for a while. Sorry.
Yeah, I said yeah, we are. Woke up. Good afternoon. We were told you are an important man we have to speak to.
Oh, well, I'm glad that's how I'm being spoken about. What do you need? We've got all kinds of, excuse me, weapons and shields and armor. What are you looking for, friend?
Well, this is not specifically why I am here. We were seeking a way to speak with the Jarl. We're told if you speak in our favor, it should greatly increase our chances. But we were also told you are the best blacksmith, well, at least Skogatoker has ever seen. So it will be a shame not at least to check your what your wares. We have a blacksmith of our own, but we have a blacksmith of our own. That period.
Oh, wait a minute. You must be the ones Astrid was talking about. Group of elves, should have known. Was hoping to see. Uh, what? What's his name? Svensson. I've heard stories. You must be the lot from Broudevik.
Yes, we are.
is certainly interesting to meet you. Please come and have a look. We've got some beautiful pieces. Got some arrow catching shields just finished. Some elven chain, actually. We've only got one set of that, but it's been sitting on the shelf for quite a while. Got some dwarven plate too. Also, only one set of those, but looking at you, don't think you could afford it. Got some winged helms, some mithril armor, some full plate if you're up to wearing it. But yeah, honestly, no one wears it quite like my brother over there, and even he'll tell you it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Half plates probably suit you better, and adamantine armor if you've got the gold for it. Horned helms if you're into fashion too, but those are on the cheap side. Not sure what kind of fashion you have down there in Browdevik, but if you're asking me, I think this'll take off any day now. And he holds up like a really, like a typical old school kind of cartoon Viking helmet that he seems quite proud of. Does make it a little hard to get through doors, I'll be honest.
Well, see how much of our funds we get willing to expend. We are looking to upgrade my ship as well, and those things don't come cheap.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Afraid we've not got much of a shipyard going at the moment. Mostly only fishing boats that we've had to solve, but with Giant's Crossing, we can get a lot of good materials in here, so I suppose it depends. Not even sure if we're allowed to be trading with you, to be honest. Last I heard, you lot from Radovik aren't the most popular folk, right?
Yeah, this is one of the reasons we are here. At least somewhat trying to mend this relationship. This is why we're here. Speak with the Jarl. We understand that we fought, but maybe it's time to leave it all behind. I think it will be much more beneficial for us to cooperate than fight.
Oh yeah. I couldn't agree more. If only the Jarl felt the same. But if what Astrid tells me is true, you've found his daughter? I mean, if you found the girl, that could change everything.
We believe we have found her. It is well, all signs point that it's her. We will be heading later on. She said one of her men will meet us at the temple.
That's what she was speaking to us about, actually. She asked if my brother and I would accompany you on this mission of yours. I'm not sure both of us could be spared. I'd rather not let her be walked in here in the hands of any old neighbors of ours. No offense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
has also, I'm not sure if she mentioned the bounty on Isolde's head. Bringing her back in is sure to make a rich man, so there may be
Well,
some competition on your way back through Skakatoka. Might be best if I'm with you to ward that off.
we were not expecting any trouble when we retrieve her, but if this is what you believe, then we'll take your word for it. We're not mainly doing this for the peace, not for the bounty.
I appreciate it, but still, the roads could be dangerous. Astrid said you were working on some other magical means of transportation?
Yes, we spoke with Freya, the priestess. Uh, we have a way to travel through Yggdrasil.
Yeah, the big guy by the forge just let out this bellowing laugh as Eric kind of looks at him and then looks back at you. He says, "Travel through Yggdrasil? What, are you fucking mad? How the hell are you? What are you, some kind of Asgardians?"
No, we found some sort of gemstone, well, a rune, and it led us through a branch, helped us travel quicker.
You can give me a persuasion check as they both seem to be turning their attention to you as you're saying this.
Mm.
But yeah, you see the big guy just go, "No, I don't believe him, brother. I wouldn't go walking along the branches of the world tree if he paid me a bajillion gold.
No,
I'm out."
no.
And he just turns back to the forge, and you see him just grabbing the metal that is in there and just start turning it kind of angrily. Eric goes, "I'm sorry, don't mind my brother. Uh, he's not as brave as he is big, but at least not when he's got his armor on, eh? Maybe
No,
we'll find someone else, but I'd definitely like to join you if you've got space in your party."
well, we do. It's not exactly limited. The main, well, we have encountered some, well, not resistance, but the tree is inhabited. It's not just standing there. So we do have to keep that in mind while traveling there.
All right, I'll be sure to dress my best. And what about the elves? Do you speak for them? Are you working for them, or what's this whole situation?
They are traveling with us for now. They, I can say that our goals align, I believe.
Gives you all a little wave sort of over Gorm's shoulder. And he says, "Well, this is sure to be an interesting one. You can handle the forge while I'm away, can't you, Carl?" He goes, "This is stupid, brother. You shouldn't go." He says, you worry too much. Well, get yourselves geared up. I'll give you a good price. Better than I should for you lot from Brodovik, but if we get this right, I think we're all going to be happy and rich. Anything you could use before we go to such dangerous mystical places?
You mentioned shield.
Yeah, got a couple of shields here. But the arrow catching shield is, well, that one's special. Only one of those costs about 5 grand, but I swear it's worth it. And yeah, you want to test it out? Uh, and he'll lift a shield from the wall that you can see is it actually quite similar to the one that Mikil built but it is clearly magically imbued, and it has got runes that are painted onto it, and one carved into the metal in the middle of this round shield. And you can see it has got fine metal banding around the edges. But he will hand it to you and just say, "Ask one of your elf friends there to loose an arrow at it, and you'll see."
Okay. I'll take your word for it, and I just turn to the party.
Okay, so
And anyone with a bow?
like Carmilla has one as a ranger, right?
Yes,
Carmilla?
I have one.
Yes.
Eric says, "All right, shoot an arrow at me, and then you, Mr. What was it?
Gorm.
Gorm, good to meet you. Eric. Fire an arrow at me, and Gorm here will catch it on the shield."
Don't tell her twice.
So, Gorm, with this, you can use a reaction to make yourself the target of this attack instead, and the shield gives you an extra +2. It is a +2 shield. So
Against range
of
attacks.
course sorry.
It's +2 against range attacks.
Yeah, are you looking at the? Have you got the item?
If it's the official one, then it's plus like an extra +2 just for range attacks.
No, it's yeah, against range attacks. I didn't actually notice that. So yeah, it is. It would be a +2 against range attacks, and yeah. So are you going to use that reaction?
Yeah, I'll use my reaction.
Yes. Imagine if you did it. You're like, oh god.
Just shoot him in the eye. Yeah. So what does it look like as he fully puts his trust in you in this moment, and the arrow goes flying towards him, but you will feel that you can kind of magnetize the arrow to your shield to stop him. What does it look like as Gorm saves this man's life?
Like, activate the magic, magic of the shield, and the arrow just curves and hits the shield.
You hear him breathe a quick, like, sigh of relief. Oh, I'm so glad you knew how to use that. Works pretty well, doesn't it?
Primary chimes up and says, "Does it work for drone daggers too?" As he like kind of like walks next to Carmilla. Does it work for drone daggers too?
Any ranged weapon, anything comes flying at you, you should be able to catch it. Though I wouldn't try it with spells.
Right? Yeah.
I'm afraid I haven't quite figured out that kind of magic yet.
All right. Trimer pulls out the dagger. All right. I shall test out the dagger too. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Eric, are you ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I stand by my
Trimer.
craftsmanship.
Okay. Trimer does it. So it's going to attack.
Yeah, with the +2, it will miss.
Very nice.
Oh,
It will
Yeah,
hit. It
it's
will
like-
catch. Shield will catch it.
It's Trimer, like Camilla fired an arrow, like in, it would have been center mass, but Trimer flings his fucking dagger to kill, as with a 20 that definitely would have killed him, but you not killed him, but definitely would have hit him as it curved through the air and is caught on Gorm's shield, and he just sighs another sigh of relief as he says, "You elves really don't mess around." But I think
Uh,
that
yep.
proves what it does, doesn't it?
Yes, it really does. And Trimer he casts Mei Chan to grab to like basically have the dagger float back to him.
Yeah, it is. We can afford it, and it will cost like it will have to be from everyone. So if you said that there is a bounty, then maybe after we get the girl.
Sure. I do also have regular +2 shields. Don't know what that means, but on a rating scale that are also around the same price. But we've got a number of those, and yeah, a couple of nice helms as well. I'm sure if the Jarl pays up, then we can head back here afterwards. And as I said, I'll give you a discount.
Sounds like a deal.
Wonderful. Well then, I will go and get myself armored up. Carl, you look after things here, and where shall I meet you all? At Freya's hall, or just at the temple?
Just at the temple. I don't think it's exactly at the hall itself, right? It was on the side, if I remember correctly.
All right, I'll see you there.
All right.
You see,
Alright.
he goes off to has a bit of an argument with his brother there, whether or not this is a good idea. But yeah, unless anyone else wants something from the tavern, I mean, from blacksmith, where would you guys go from there?
Hmm. Thinking, yeah, I think so far, yeah, we continue our mission in getting the favor, and I guess we have to finish this favor, or rather get a favor and to meet the Earl, and definitely getting Isolda back to let everyone know, oh, here she is, she's okay. Seems like a big one to do.
Sorry,
Yep.
say again.
Yep.
You're going to who?
Oh no, I was just saying, or rather suggesting that we start up our a journey with getting Isolda back. But are you saying that there's like a bit of a time? Yeah, I was wondering. I was basically asking. So is there like a bit of a time skip if no one else has anything they want to go to the market or stuff like that in Sakatoa?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Gorm, we were just saying, is there anything that Gorm or Camilla wants to do before heading to the temple?
No, not anything. No, no.
Camilla?
Sorry. Someone asked me something. So, yeah, what was the question?
Is there anything you want to do before heading back to the temple as you guys leave the blacksmith and seem to be preparing to head to Yggdrasil?
Nope. I don't think so.
Wait, I wonder, can we temporarily go back to our ship to let our giant friend know what we're doing?
It shouldn't take a while. Again,
Okay, got
walking
it.
in, walking out.
Okay.
Hopefully, we should be tomorrow morning already setting sail.
Okay.
Gorm and Camilla, you can both give me a history or an arcana check.
Time to roll.
Yeah, not try me.
Yep.
Well, actually, yeah, try me. You can also roll one because you might have
Okay.
this information
Okay.
from another.
So Arcana or History check.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a Arcana since Carmel made History. Ooh, 22. Arcana.
Okay, so try me first with the 22. You would know that when you guys travel through Yggdrasil, you always travel with a guide. There was the one elf that you saw when you arrived that it's his whole job is to guide people on that path because it can be very dangerous. Uh, there are a lot of creatures out there that definitely are not for mortals to be fighting. Like there are a lot of dangers out there, and it is just a dangerous path. You could fall off of that tree very easily.
Yeah, something not ordinary mortals can go through.
Yeah, but Carmilla and Trymere, you would both know that these keys, you have been told that you can only use them once a day. You can only fast travel essentially once per day. So you'll be able to get there today, but you may have to wait until tomorrow to come back, or at least to open the same gateway again.
Okay, so yeah, I guess sharing this knowledge, I guess we should tell our giant friend what's up, what we're gonna do.
All right, then yeah. Should also tell Eric that it will be a 2 day. We will spend the night there.
And then, yeah, I will put your tokens down at the Fisherman's Wharf then, because that's where your boat is being kept. Okay, so you guys make your way down to the Fisherman's Wharf, which is not too far from the Gull's Perch Tower, where you can see there are one or two guards walking up and down. There is a small tavern here where most of the fishermen hang out. You see your ship there with Kjoran sitting on the back, and you can see that there are two docks leading up to it where there are two fishermen standing there that seem to be having an argument and shouting at each other over the gap there. But you arrive, you see down an alleyway there's a conversation going on between two individuals who they they seem to be quite shady, to be honest. But other than that, yeah, everything you see on the map is there. What would you guys like to do?
Yeah, I can imagine just Trymere just going through, walking through, walking fast. He has no problems like uh, listening to Freya's advice: do your best to ignore shady individuals and just move along.
Yep.
Stuff.
That's a good idea.
Appearance. Makes it
Best about the shady
causes
one
people
there.
You can give perception checks if you want to try and look at what they're doing, but yeah,
Okay.
it's fairly easy to slip past that anyway.
Okay. I feel like for Trivir, like he's like kind of like doing his best to brush past. I feel like he wouldn't make a perception check.
Yeah, well, you don't need to. As Carmilla, well, I suppose, yeah, Trymere would walk past it, but Carmilla, you sniff out something in the air, and you smell that there is open blood that they are busy doing something with over there. You can smell there is like fresh blood, and it smells quite similar to the blood you just had in the
Temple.
temple. Yeah.
Oh no, Gorm is kidding.
He'll reappear in a minute. But yeah, you can smell that they are dealing dragon's blood over there, or doing something with it.
Well, follow the dragon's blood.
Time to save out of the moon. Save now, don't worry.
What? Follow the dragon's blood?
Yes.
That
Let's
you look like the
go.
people in the alley region.
Well,
Now some stuff for ourselves.
Oh, hearing some background stuff going on. Adik on Camilla's end.
hello, good sir. And
Santa Bundle.
miss.
I'm going to take you out.
Yeah, please can you turn down whatever's in the background? We can hear.
Yeah, Carmilla, is there something going on there?
Yeah, he will be quite shocked as you fairly silently walk up behind him, and he just jumps as uh, you see him reach for something. He's going to reach for a dagger on his hip as he tries to draw it and just spin around towards you. But the other one is going to just, oh, shit, and is going to start casting a spell.
Well, just like, I don't know now. No reason. I'm not with the law. I just smelled something really good over here.
Yeah, you'll see that there was a little, like a halfling, or possibly a dwarf, standing talking to this guy who just disappears as they turn invisible, and as he's mid draw of his dagger, he goes, "Oh, oh shit! You scared me there. I thought you were one of the guards. Come in, friend. Are you looking to score some dragon's blood?" And you see he's kind of like scratching at his chest under his clothes, and you can see he's got a bit of a rash running up his neck. But as he does this, you hear the clinking of a couple of bottles, the small vials in his clothes.
Yes, friend. I think we were talking about that. I think you were going to fix me up with some dragon's blood.
Oh crap!
He just looks at you straight in the eye, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm selling dragon's blood. What? Let's not say it too loud. All right. Well, how much do you want? How much you got on you?" And he does not seem to be under your charm. But actually, on top of that as well, what is your passive perception? 21. Is that
24.
Oh, oh. Okay, so yeah, 24, and then he is going to just yeah, he leans forward. He says, "How much do you want? How much you got?"
Just pull out like 50 gold. Like, how much will this get me?
For you, you knew I can do 2 bottles.
Well, consider that a deal.
Brilliant. As you check your coin purse, you are going to notice that you are missing. Your coin purse is lighter than it was just a minute ago, and you are missing 100 gold.
Oh crap!
He will hand you. He will sort of take out 2 vials of dragon's blood and wait for his 50 gold before he hands.
Well, who gets his 50 gold? He'll have enough.
Okay, yeah, you get 2 vials of dragon's blood. They should be on your character sheet there. But with that, he says, "Thank you very much, ma'am. Enjoy it. Try not to do it too close to anything special." And he is going to start turning around and making his way down the alleyway.
Perfect. Well, back to the alley.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. That missing 100 gold, I will just say, was a nat 20 on my part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just beat your passive perception. But as you seem to have been pickpocketed during a drug deal, Camilla, you've got your dragon's blood, and the rest of you are good. Can we hear you again?
Oh.
We can't hear you. I can see your mic activating, but were you having a similar problem earlier, Larson?
I don't think so. I think because for me, I can hear you guys while you were talking, and basically on my end, it just said basically there was like connective issues with connecting with my audio. So basically, I wasn't completely in, but it seems you guys saw me in the BC.
see if another pair of headphones fixes it. For now, though, the rest of you, as you're making your way towards this little sort of tavern and towards your ship, you'll overhear these two sailors that are busy yelling at each other. And yeah, you can give me an insight check if you want to try and understand what their conversation is about as you approach. But they
Okay.
just seem to be
Okay.
mid-argument, and you would have to pass either one of them to get to your ship.
Yeah, Timer just like goes to the. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so he just tends to run past this man. So
You
I go.
can't run past them.
Oh, I can't go past.
That's what I just said. You're going to have to move past these guys, but he seems to be blocking it. As you approach, you can see that he has got crates and crates of fish that he has got next to him, that both of these guys they've just brought in their catch, and they are blocking the path completely, but they are shouting at each other, and the one's going, "I know that one was mine. You saw it. You stole it off my line. Because how the fuck am I supposed to steal a fish right off your line, eh?" And they're just going back and forth. There seems to be some debate over a stolen fish.
Okay, this is gonna be quite humorous. What Trivir does is that as he walks, he's gonna cast a spell. So let me select. Wait, for some reason, I can't. Right now, I'm on my old character sheet, Onyx. Okay, there we go. I see my new character. So what Trivir is gonna do is that as he walks close to this, right now in front of me is like a dwarven man, correct?
Yeah, maybe half dwarf. He looks human, but
Okay, oh wait, he's a halfling, not a dwarf.
no, he's human, but yeah, sure, he's a dwarf.
Okay, okay. So yeah, so it is a bit humorous. What happens is that Trivir moves close, but as he moves close, it's gonna use a bonus action. It's gonna use a Misty Step as he just teleports past him and onto the ship, onto like near past him and the grates, like ignoring the conversation.
Have you currently got a big radius around you that you can click?
Hold on. I think there's a bit of trouble on my end.
I'm saying, does it look like there's a radius of like blackness around?
No, I think let me refresh.
Because it might be the Misty Step spell. You may just need to click once somewhere else. Because this is the first time using Misty Step, and there have been some issues with Misty Step in the past, but I don't know what it's displaying for you. That's what I'm asking.
Okay. I'm reloading. Okay, roll data downloading. Please wait. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, there's a bit of issues going on with my character token. Okay, I'm sorry. I see new things now. I was seeing something different on my screen. But
Yeah, because sometimes when you cast Misty Step, you can actually teleport, but we've had problems with that in the past where your token doesn't reappear. So just bear that in mind if you are using Misty
okay,
Step. But yeah, you can
okay,
easily Misty Step to the other side of him.
yeah. So like, yep, near Yorkman is the Hold on. Can't. Okay. Yeah, just imagine my token moving
Where are
from
you
here.
trying to go? Just ping it, and I will move you there. Of what's going on with you?
Oh, okay. Oh, what the heck? The oh man, there's like issues going on my end with Foundry, like where tokens were in different places all around. But yeah, just near the dock by like just right here.
You're just going onto the ship. Are you? You've probably got the space.
Yeah, 30 feet, like six spaces.
Okay, so you're on the dock. I don't know what you're looking at. And Ariana walks up to the fisherman behind you, and is just like, oh, and just sort of puts her hands up in the air as you disappear.
I just just wait for me over there. I'm just telling our giant friend what we're doing.
Yeah, you see that the dwarf has now turned to her and is going, you can't have any fish either. Fucking ugly elf, get over here. And she's like, I didn't. Okay, okay. And she's walking.
Amazing. and and then primary like just goes over to Yorin and says, hey Yorin.
Oh, you're back. You see he's kind of half asleep, but wakes up when he sees you.
Yes. It seems we'll be here for at least another, well, 2 days before we set sail again. Because as of this moment, it seems, well, Gorm wanted to speak with the Jarl, but he needs some favor from members of the community. And, we've just recently learned, apparently, the Jarl's daughter was missing, and apparently, this daughter was apparently, well, saved by your group a couple weeks back. It was a red-haired woman named Isolda. Apparently, that's the Jarl's daughter that you guys have encountered a few weeks back and saved. So
You see him kind of pinching the bridge of his nose, like in irritation, as you're telling him this is going to take longer. But when you say Isolde, he stops, like he was about to protest, and then he goes, "Oh, that poor girl. Yes, fine, I'll wait. But don't make me wait too long.
oh
I
yes, it should
wasn't that
only take. Oh, go ahead. Uh, oh, what were you about to say? Yeah.
nothing. Carry on. What do you want? I just like that girl. She was good. I think she should not be put in danger.
Don't worry, it will only take 2 days, as it seems we are traveling through the branches of Yggdrasil to to make the trip much more quicker for Isolda. Yep, and yeah, Trimer notifies Hiorin of that, and yeah, that's what Trimer was. Yep, that's all Trimer tells to Hiorin. Oh, did you hear me?
Yeah, sorry,
oh, wait, who?
my
Wait, who?
my mic dipped as well. But yeah, I heard what you said. He says, "Well, hurry up. My patience is not endless," and just sort of settles back down onto the ship.
Yep, out of character. Oh man, poor Hiorin. He's like waiting. He's like he really wants to go to this giant forge. He's been waiting for a while.
He's getting angry. You can see it's like he's starting to get impatient
Yeah.
because it's like you already went on the trip and then went back, and now he's waiting for you. And yeah, you do realize this is a dangerous person to make angry. But hey, if he does rage, it's going to be here in Skakatoka. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, if you leave him here too long, there's a good chance he is going to flip out, and you may come back to a destroyed ship or a destroyed Skakutoka. It might not be good for your allegiance planning. So the
Okay.
the clock is running. But yeah,
Yep.
he is waiting.
Okay. Okay. All right, then.
At this
Moving
point,
back.
your sea invisibility is also worn off by this point.
Oh wait, I see what? Repeat that.
Your sea invisibility has worn off at this point.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, understood. All right. Moving back. Oh, damn it! Now driver is back to to this fisherman. Hmm.
Yeah, same problem. What are the others doing while this is all happening?
Walking up to the fisherman. Assume they still are like arching over the fish.
Yeah, they are. As you approach this one, you see he looks much younger than the other one. This is definitely a human, but he turns to you and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I've taken up the whole dock here, but I'm just trying to get my day's work. Please, I will have it cleared in a short while. You fucker, you stole my marlin."
Oh well. Jumps into the sea. Diving and trying to see if there's any fish.
I mean, he had like barrels of fish around, but as you dive down, yeah, give me a perception or a survival check.
Let's see. It's survival. Let me just see what that's this. Okay. 21.
Okay, 21. You will see lying in the middle between the two you will see wrapped up is a marlin that is lying in the dirt. It seems dead. It seems wrapped like it has already been caught. And you yeah, you just see it lying on the base. It looks like it probably fell off one of these boats.
Oh well. Gonna try to grab it and then swim back up and just be like, well, here's your fish.
Gorm, I just saw your message. Yeah, sorry, that sucks. You can either try and stick around in chat. I know that's kind of a nightmare, so don't worry if you do want to leave. But we'll end it early in about 15 minutes. Then we'll just yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind ending early. Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
We'll had our tech issues, but yeah, we'll try and continue for the next 15 and just end same time we ended last week.
Yep.
Okay. So then yeah, Carmela, you go to over here and you will find that there's this marlin that fell off one of the boats. What are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna, what's called, to grab the marlin and then be like, swinging up and then holding it up and saying, is it this fish?
You see the younger one they both stop talking and they both just look down at you, and the younger one's cheeks just go bright red as he realizes he's been shouting at this other guy for stealing his fish, but actually it clearly fell off his boat, and the dwarf just goes, "Ah, see, I told you I didn't steal any fucking fish from you, you wee little bastard!" And he just starts swearing at him in dwarvish. As the younger one just puts his head in his hands and he goes, "Yes, that's the one." Ah, fuck. Thank thank you, miss. And he kind of looks at you, trying to see if you're gonna give it back to him, or if you're like, I just keep it.
No, I'm giving it back to him.
So, thank you, miss. I can't. That's so embarrassing. Please help yourself to any of my catch here. I would be happy to share with you. And please, if you could maybe not mention this to anyone, and he will hand you a small, like a handful of 10 silver.
What happened to you?
Thank you.
Oh, oh yeah. What happened? I never saw anything or heard anything.
He chuckles and just says thank you, and then he goes to pick up one of the crates, and as he does, he moves it away and reveals Crimea standing on the other side of the crates as you've just walked up.
Yep. Yep. All right. All right. Off we go. Crisis averted.
Okay, so you see there's a bustling tavern there. You've got access to your ship again, but are you doing anything else here, or are you going to head straight over to the temple?
Mm. Nothing for me. Ready to set off for the temple.
Ready to embark towards the temple.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of like travel time between these places as well. Is there any conversation happening amongst the elves now? As I mean, we can assume that Gorm is obviously there, but uh, and Mikil. But is there any? Yeah, I don't know. How is Carmilla getting along with now having a majority elven party and having Yormund and Shepard gone?
Damn, no dog.
Yeah.
Now we're down two
Wait, hold on.
dogs.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. I think for Trimer, you would interact with Carmilla about the dragon blood, saying, "Ah, you gotta be careful with that dragon blood. You're gonna." I feel like just like alcohol, you should don't drink too much of it, or you're gonna get real addicted to it.
Ah, ain't gonna happen.
Wait, wait, out of character makes me think a couple sessions later. I wonder, did you guys see in the chat? I put dragon blood addiction in a nutshell. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. The SpongeBob. Do you know what I'm talking about? That SpongeBob episode.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate for the vampire that needs the blood. Like, jeez.
That's fine, man. we can always be like finding some reincarnation for you and just reincarnate you into a dragonborn. That's like kind of close to dragon. Then I can just drink dragon blood directly from the source.
Wonder if that's how it works. I suppose
Yeah.
you have to find a dragon.
Yeah, and actually, Trimer would be actually quite curious. He's like, so you're part of vampire. Any story on how that came to be?
I died. I made Odin. I was like, met my father. I was like, do I want Odin? My father, well, no. Let's just take. I'm gonna take a ride with my father. Came back, and yeah,
Huh. So wait, so you couldn't be, so you had to be revived at. So in order to yourself to be revived, you had to be a vampire.
I guess you can be a Draugr if that's what you want.
Yeah, to Trimer that doesn't tell him much, but he's like in his mind he's thinking like everyone has their secrets. Like basically he was curious about like the vampire origin.
Well, what I was before. I was just born like that way. I don't know if it's a curse down the family line or mixed blood or something on my father's side or mother's.
Okay. Okay, so okay, understood. You don't know much yourself. All right. To the temple we go.
As you approach the temple, you will notice the skies have gotten cloudy and rain has begun to fall, but you can see there is somewhat of a crowd gathered up by the temple. If you approach without issue and yeah, you row up to the side, you'll be able to make your way up the stairs there.
Amander should be ended off here because I feel like Gorm is the one who's supposed to be casting uh, the thing for the branch of Yggdrasil.
End in 5 minutes.
Okay.
There's nothing you guys want to do when you arrive?
There is a wall. Just walks up the wall.
Yeah, the guard that is standing at the top of that wall just jumps out of his skin as she leaps back, points her spear at you, and then realizes that you're an elf and just stops. She says, "Don't do that."
Do what?
Scare the living hell out of me. You elves creeping up on people, it's not right. The rest of your friends are over there. Freya is preparing the tree for you. And she points out to where you can see uh, the blacksmith from before now in full armor, standing next to two figures also fairly well armored. one is wearing a mask and a hood with horns, and the other is just wearing a plain sort of black hood.
You mentioned. Oh, okay, so the other figure. Oh, okay, we see a black hooded figure wearing, or rather, he's wearing a black hood.
Yeah, just as in the image there. Can you see him?
Yeah, I see him. I was just interested that because that just caught my attention though. Like black hooded figure, I was like, oh, what a black hooded figure where?
Yeah, I mean, not a mysterious hooded black, but like he's just covered up in the rain. They're all
Okay,
standing there in the.
yeah, yeah,
But
I got that.
yeah, I mean, this clearly is probably pretty like it looks Assassin's Creed style. Like he wears it well. But
Yeah, yes.
these two that are standing there, they look like they probably scouts or something with um yeah, just at first glance. Eric sees you approaching, and he says, "Ah, you're here. Come, have a drink with us before we go. This is Bjorn and Svarga. They'll be traveling with us. I've just met them as well, but I'm sure we'll all travel well together."
Understood. And I will not say no to a drink.
He'll hand you a, a horn of mead that they seem to have been passing around. It's a rather large horn, and everyone's just taking sips and passing on. As you can see, Freya pacing up and down up at the top. She seems to be busy preparing the tree. Also, that Mikkel and Gorm go to help her open that gate up while you guys are here with the troops that you're going to be traveling with. And yeah, is there anything you want to suss out about these guys? Any information you want to try find out about them before you go? Because you are now going to be traveling together for at least a day, so I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah. Honestly, for Trima's character, he wouldn't be really interested that much. Uh, he's not much of a socializer unless he needs to be.
Steps over here. What's the deal with the green helm?
It's my face. I think people get scared, much like with you elves.
So there's not a green man under it.
As you're looking at him, where the eyes are, you can see the skin is green. It looks quite hard on his face. He has got reptilian eyes that are staring back at you, and he just lets this low chuckle. He says,
Oh, yes, I'm very green, but not a man. Well, not completely. And what are you? You do not smell like the rest of those elves.
I am the one that walks in the snow and leaves very little behind. Say, I could vanish in the spring or summer.
Well met. I am Svarga.
and he extends a hand, which you can now see the hand is kind of clawed on the end. There are green claw fingertips that poke through the gloves on his hand as he extends for a handshake.
Carmilla. As I shake the hand.
Feel this strength in this shake. And he gives you a nod of respect. As the other one next to him just says, "Yeah, and I'm Bjorn. It's fucking cold out here. Are we getting out of here soon, or what?" You see, it's just like shivering.
Such a lovely weather. Why leave now?
I hope it's not this cold up in Yggdrasil. Are we really traveling along the world tree? I mean, was
It
that
is.
just some kind of joke?
Oh, this is really hot compared to the world tree. I once met someone that, when I shook their hand, they lost a finger because it was frozen.
Can you give me a deception check? This guy's like actually with advantage because you can see he is immediately looking. What? Seriously?
Hey,
He goes, "Oh, come on, man. I suppose it's a fucking job. I better not lose my fingers." And he like points at Svarga, and then he seems like he's about to say something and stops himself, and he just goes, "Oh, fine. I guess it's just like traveling in, right?"
Oh, yes. Very good. Like traveling in a blizzard.
Eric next to you says, "Well, I'm glad I brought my furs. You don't seem like you lot are dressed for the warm weather, but you come from the north, do you not?" And he kind of gestures to Finway, who's standing next to you, Trymere, in like sleeveless armor. And yeah, you would know it's cold as fuck where you guys come from, but you're elves.
cold-blooded, you could say.
Well, I don't know about that. Are you elves cold-blooded? Eric, cold-blooded elves. That would explain a lot, actually.
Right. I was, no. I joke. Or am I?
Svarga over there just goes, "I would like to know some cold-blooded elves. Cold-blooded folk are the best folk."
Yep. I can just imagine the silence in the social event, just hearing the constant rain splattering about, sort of waiting for Freya to be finished with the preparations.
Okay, well then, as on the sound of rain, we will end tonight's session. Thanks very much.
Right. A good chill session.